What's up, billionaires? Mitch Durfee on a job site here in South Florida. Let me tell you a little story about one bad contractor.
Tell me shit, fuck boy.
Lower your voice.
Don't tell me lower my voice. I'll slap you, boy.
Okay, can we have a professional conversation?
No, because you're a bitch.
Okay, can you get the job site clean?
No. Pay these people for their shit. It's on.
Oh, that payment's coming.
You keep playing, Mike.
Ain't nobody playing.
Game,
Ain't nobody
it's
playing.
A fuck-ass game.
Nobody's playing games.
Right.
Everybody's getting paid the way they're supposed to, but we expect the job to be
Shut
done.
the fuck up, man.
No, you don't need to talk to me like that.
Shut the fuck up.
And how he grabs some attention. So, you know, this fixing and flipping business, we try to do our best with working with professionals. And with that, sometimes things come up. Well, this one bad contractor that we hired recently tried to extort me for a couple $1,000s after sending a final invoice, which of course I had no intention of paying because we already paid the final invoice. Well, after the fact, this contractor apparently never pulled the permit, the master permit for the property. And he did pull the roof permit, which, well, the roofers did. And then the stucco guys pulled their own permit, but he never pulled the permit for the inside. And then today, after all the, you know, the back and forth of you better meet me here and all this stuff, acting like he's a tough guy. You know, I'll actually post the video. I tried to do my best to not post the video here, but I'll share with you guys, you know, the messaging and all that stuff, just because you guys are, you know, always out there supporting and everything like that. I try not to put people on blast. I try to carry this stuff, but you know, it's things like this, I think, that you're gonna get the most education out of, you know, situations like this and how you handle it. But, you know, so basically what's happening now is, you see this little orange sticker on the door. That's everyone's got to leave the job site. Everyone, no one's allowed to come back to the job site until you get the permits in place. Well, the thing is, you know, being in this business, we've built our relationships deep. So we have an electrician that's already started on getting everything together for a permit. So tomorrow they'll be down there submitting the permit for that. We have another plumber that's going to be doing those things. And we're working on that. We have 2 people working on our master permits. So again, all this stuff comes up when you hire one bad contractor. So how does that happen? Well, typically, you know, when you're running this many projects like we're running, you get into situations where you're trying to, you know, try out a few more people, and you get some suggestions and referrals from friends, and they say that they're good quality people, but they're not flipping at the level that we're flipping at. So, you know, what may have worked for one project may not have worked for a bigger project. But anytime you're dealing with someone that's unlicensed in the state of Florida acting as a GC, that could actually be a criminal offense. So the person that went and you know, told the city that we were operating without a permit today, he's the contractor that we hired, that we have a bid from with his name and enterprise on there. So he's literally setting himself up for what's going to happen next, which could possibly be him and his partner could have just done a criminal offense. Now, again, this could be a really big issue for anyone that has done this. And not only that, again, like the other day, I wasn't going to share anything, but we have these beautiful little cameras around the property that catch, you know, all the surveillance of what happens on the property. And when someone broke this window out, someone who we know broke the window out, we weren't going to say anything. And again, like, all this stuff kind of happens, you know, again, this is not going to hold me up. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm literally going to get right back on the horse. I'm going to have someone here working on this project in a couple days. But this person, because they chose to make this decision, is literally going to be in so much trouble. It blows my mind why they would do that. Have you guys ever, like, you know, like, heard the story? And I don't remember exactly how it goes. But, you know, when you're running, you're chasing after someone because you're angry, right? Maybe you're chasing after a bird, and the bird's just flying along, and you're chasing because this bird pissed you off. And you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and the bird just flies off a cliff, and you chase after that bird. Well, you don't have wings, my friend. Like, you're gonna fall. And it's just a shame. It's a shame that, you know, that they made this decision, because, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect me at all. You know, we got so many of these projects going on. The only reason I'm jumping on here and to share this with you guys is because, like, I don't want you guys, look at this, look, I got a little bird friend. See that? I'm not gonna chase it. I'm not gonna make that decision out of anger, because again, when you make those decisions out of anger, things happen that you probably you haven't really kind of worked it out in your head there. So basically what we have going on here is, again, we got this flip house, we hired a contractor, someone that acted as a GC, sent us over a bid, we paid them, and they sent us the final invoice. After we wired the final invoice, they sent us another text message saying that we better pay them an additional funds because they didn't put their time into the invoice, even though on the contract, we actually paid almost $4,000 more just to get them kind of off the job site and be done with them. And we actually, on that contract, we were contracted for a kitchen and kitchen cabinets and all that stuff. So again, all things that we did not receive. So now we have, you know, a breach of contract. We have a contractor that has acted as a GC in the state of Florida, which is a criminal offense. And now he ratted himself out by going to the city and telling that we have no permit for this job, because now we have to produce documents to the city showing who we hired. So it's just, I don't know why people would do this. But anyways, the project's going extremely well. Besides this, we'll be back on track here. We're actually held up by kitchen cabinets anyway because of that contractor. So I think the kitchen's coming in like Monday or Tuesday. So by the time all this stuff sorts out, it doesn't matter anyway, because I'll be in Miami at Tony Robbins, UPW, Unleashing the Power Within. And here again is just one of these things where when you develop, you know, this personal like mindset mastery, right? Positive mental attitude. When you can take hits like this and be unshaken, it just comes down to honestly, two things in my life have happened to me, right? One, when I was in Iraq, I went through some shit. And in Iraq, you know, that kind of put some edges on me where situations like this, they don't really affect me. Second thing, I had almost like probably close to 100 employees in the 6 years that I was in business. So I've been razzled a few times. And thirdly, Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins has this thing where, you know, how fast can you change the state that you're in, right? If you're upset, you're furious, you're pissed, you're yelling, you're screaming, tooth and nail, you're crying, you're in tears and everything, and you want to change that state, boom, that fast. You can change your entire chemistry in your body in the snap of a second. That quick, boom, that quick. You want to be upset? Boom, you can be upset. You want to be happy? Boom, that happy. And honestly, thanks to Tony Robbins, and again, that's why I'm so pumped about going back to this. This is probably, I think I said my 5th or 6th time going to Tony Robbins. I'm still developing these skills inside me. Personal development is a big thing for me. And you know, like I said, changing your state like that, Tony Robbins taught me that a few years ago. And I'm so happy that I was able to master that skill, because again, I don't make these rash decisions like out of anger, right? Because I know that in 2 seconds I can change that attitude. I can change what I'm upset about. I can choose to be happy. I can choose to fix the situation, or I can choose to be upset about the situation. But at the end of the day, just be careful with who you hire, be careful with who you get referrals from, and don't make decisions out of anger. Always make the decisions that you make in your best peak state. So I hope that helps all of you guys that are thinking about getting into this business. Again, you know, I wrote that book, Buy It and Flip It, which goes into a few more details on some of these different things. But that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I'll post some more videos here and some of the stuff that I shared with you guys earlier. Hope you guys are all out there having an amazing week. Go out there and get it. And I'll catch you on the flip side.